A chronological literature review is a way of organizing research based on time. Studies are arranged from the earliest research to the most recent research so the development of ideas becomes clear. Instead of discussing everything randomly, the literature is presented in stages to show how theories, methods, or debates changed over the years. This type of review focuses on progression. It explains what researchers believed at the beginning, what changed later, and how current research developed from earlier studies. It creates a timeline of knowledge and helps connect past research with present understanding. For example, in medicine, early work in the 1800s by Louis Pasteur, 1861, focused on germs causing disease. Later in the 1900s, research shifted toward vaccines and prevention strategies. In recent years, 2020 to 2023, studies have focused on mRNA vaccines and fast global response systems. This shows how understanding develops step by step over time. When to use a chronological review. A chronological review works best when a topic shows clear historical development over time. It is useful when research ideas, methods, or debates change gradually across different periods. This approach is commonly used in climate science, from early greenhouse gas theories, 1890s, to IPCC reports, 2021, technology, from basic computers, 1940s, to smartphones, 2007, to AI systems, 2020s. Medicine, from germ theory, 1800s, to antibiotics, 1940s, to gene therapy, 2010 to 2020, aviation safety, from mechanical failures, 1930s, to human error studies, 1980s, to AI-assisted flying, 2010 to 2020, economics, from classical trade theory, 1770s, to Keynesian economics, 1930s, to modern inequality studies, 2008 onwards. It is also useful when discussing the evolution of theories, major discoveries, or changing research methods. Structuring a chronological literature review. When putting a chronological literature review together, one common way is to follow a simple time order. This means arranging studies based on when they were published and showing how thinking changed step by step. This approach works well when a topic has developed gradually over a long period. It helps the reader see how early ideas slowly transformed into more advanced ones without mixing everything together. Another way is to focus on how a specific issue changes over time instead of just following dates. In this approach, attention is given to how one problem or idea was understood differently at different stages. It is less about listing years and more about showing how thinking evolved. This makes it easier to explain how a topic has moved from simple explanations to more complex or modern interpretations. Working with researcher grouping, it is also more effective to combine authors who share similar ideas or belong to the same stage of development. This avoids repetition and makes the review smoother and easier to read. At the beginning of the timeline, early researchers are usually grouped together to show the foundational ideas of the topic. Their work sets the base for everything that follows. Later, another group of researchers is introduced to show how those early ideas were expanded or questioned. As time moves forward, newer studies are connected to earlier ones to show continuity. This helps show how knowledge is built gradually rather than appearing all at once. Adding critical thinking. A strong chronological literature review does more than describe studies. It also includes personal evaluation of how the research has developed over time. This means looking at what each stage contributed and how well earlier ideas worked or failed. This step is important because it turns the review from a summary into an analysis. It helps show how the field has progressed and where disagreements or weaknesses still exist. This also helps build a clearer understanding of how research knowledge is shaped over time. Finding weak points in earlier work. While reviewing older studies, it is important to notice what they missed or did not fully explore. Earlier research often has limitations because of less advanced tools. Limited data, or narrow focus. As research moves forward, some of these gaps may be addressed, but not always completely. Identifying these weaknesses helps show that knowledge is still developing and not fully complete. It also helps explain why further research is still needed in the present, linking to new research direction. After understanding how research has developed and where gaps still exist, the final step is to connect this to current research. This involves showing how new work can extend what already exists. The focus is on how current research can answer remaining questions, improve weak areas, and contribute something new to the field. This makes the literature review more purposeful because it connects past research with future direction in a clear and logical way. Scope of a chronological literature review. The main purpose of a chronological literature review is to trace the development of research on a topic over a period of time. It helps explain how researchers approached a problem in different periods and how new studies built on earlier findings. A chronological review does not mean including every single study ever published. Instead, it focuses on the most important shifts, debates, and developments in the field. The aim is to show the major stages of growth in research rather than creating a long list of summaries. This approach also helps narrow down the discussion. Research can be divided into periods, trends, or major turning points so the reader can easily understand the evolution of the topic. It becomes easier to identify what earlier studies focused on, what limitations existed, and what current research is now trying to improve. For example, early economic theories focused mainly on free markets and trade systems. Later research shifted toward government intervention during financial crises. More recent studies discuss inequality, globalization, and digital economies. This progression shows how economic thinking changed across different historical periods. I have attached videos tutorial explaining how to write a literature review. The process is similar, however. In a chronological literature review, the main focus is on showing clear progression over time, so it is important to consistently highlight timelines and how ideas develop across different stages of research.